Imagine a world without traffic lights, blood banks, or even peanut butter for your bread. Now, what if I told you that black inventors made those things possible? Too often, history skips over the incredible contributions of black minds. Schools barely mention them, and many people have no idea just how much black inventors shaped the world we live in today. But that changes today. Stick around as we uncover 10 game changing inventions you probably didn't know were created by black people. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have some serious facts to drop at your next debate. Number 1. 3-light traffic light. The traffic lights we use today to stay safe on the road were influenced by an important invention from Garrett Morgan, a black businessman and inventor from Cleveland, Ohio. He was also the first black man in Cleveland to own a car. In 1922, Morgan saw a terrible accident between a car and a horse-drawn carriage. Back then, police officers controlled traffic using simple stop and go signs, but drivers couldn't always see them clearly. This made the roads dangerous. Morgan came up with a better idea: a traffic signal with moving arms that showed stop and go signs high above the road so drivers could see them easily. But what made his invention special was a third signal, which told drivers to slow down before stopping, just like today's yellow light. A traffic officer would turn a crank to control the signs and help keep the road safer. In 1923, Morgan got a patent for his invention and later sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000. His idea helped shape the traffic lights we still use today. Number 2. Super Soaker. Summer wouldn't be as fun without the Super Soaker, and we have Lonnie Johnson to thank for it. Johnson was an aerospace engineer who worked for NASA, but in 1982, he accidentally came up with the idea for a powerful water gun. While experimenting with a new type of refrigeration system at home, Johnson tested a nozzle and ended up shooting a strong stream of water across his bathroom into the tub. This gave him the idea to create a pressurized water gun. His first version was called the Power Drencher, which later became the Super Soaker, a toy that has been making summers more exciting ever since. Number 3. Blood banks. Dr. Charles Drew, an African-American doctor and scientist, saved countless lives with his groundbreaking work on blood storage. Before his discovery, storing blood for long periods was a big challenge, especially during World War II when injured soldiers needed transfusions. Drew found a way to separate and preserve plasma, the liquid part of blood, so it could last longer without losing its effectiveness. He also developed the idea of blood banks, places where blood could be collected, tested, and stored for future use. His work not only helped save lives during the war, but also laid the foundation for the modern blood donation system we use today. Number 4. Home security system. In the 1960s, life in America was dangerous, especially for Marie Van Britten Brown, a black woman who often found herself home alone at night. Her husband worked odd hours, and their neighborhood had a high crime rate. To make matters worse, police response times were slow, leaving Marie feeling unsafe. Determined to protect herself, Marie invented the first home security system when she was 40 years old. Her design included 4 small openings in the door, a camera that could move between them, TV screens inside the house, and microphones for communication. This setup allowed her to see who was outside without opening the door. The microphones also let her speak to visitors safely from inside. Marie's invention laid the foundation for modern home security systems. Her idea of using cameras and two-way communication for safety has inspired the advanced security technology we rely on today. Number 5. Automatic elevator doors. On October 11, 1887, Alexander Miles, a talented barber, inventor, and businessman, received a patent for a groundbreaking invention that would change the way people used elevators in tall buildings: automatic elevator doors. Though it might seem like a small invention, his design made elevators much safer and easier to use, earning him a place in the National Inventors Hall of Fame. At the time, elevators were dangerous because the doors had to be opened manually, either by the operator or passengers, which put people at risk of accidentally falling into the elevator shaft. Recognizing this danger, Miles created a system with a flexible belt attached to the elevator, with drums that indicated when the elevator had reached a floor. This mechanism would automatically open and close the doors using levers and rollers. The impact of his invention is still evident today, as automatic doors for both elevators and elevator shafts are now standard in modern buildings. Number 6. Folding bed. In 1885, Sarah Good, an African-American inventor, created a revolutionary piece of furniture that would eventually inspire the modern Murphy bed. As the owner of a furniture store, Sarah saw an opportunity to solve the problem of cramped living spaces in Chicago apartments. She invented a bed that could be folded up and stored out of sight, much like the Murphy bed we use today. The bed was designed to fold into a cabinet, which could also transform into a desk with space for writing supplies. Sarah's goal was to make the bed both easy to lift and stable when folded, while also providing extra support in the middle when it was unfolded. Her innovation earned her a patent in 1885, making her one of the first African American women to receive a patent for an invention. Number 7. Protective mailbox. On October 27, 1891, Philip B. Downing received a patent for an invention that would transform the mail system as we know it, the street letterbox or the familiar mailbox used to send letters anytime. Before this invention, in the early 1800s, people had to visit the post office to send and receive mail, often traveling long distances. Recognizing the need for a more convenient solution, Downing created a mailbox design that became a staple in mail systems everywhere. His mailbox featured a metal box mounted on 4 legs, with a hinge door to protect the mail from harsh weather like rain and snow. Additionally, the design included a security feature to keep the mail safe until postal workers collected it. Downing's patent laid the foundation for the mailboxes we still use today. Number 8. Refrigerated trucks. Refrigerated trucks are essential in modern transportation and logistics, ensuring that perishable goods are delivered safely and efficiently. The invention of these trucks is credited to Frederick McKinley Jones, an African-American inventor whose innovation revolutionized the way temperature-sensitive items are transported and preserved. In the late 1930s, Joseph A. Numero, a cinema industry entrepreneur, approached Jones for help. He needed a solution to transport perishable items like food and medicine over long distances without them spoiling. Recognizing Jones's expertise, Numero asked for his assistance. Jones created a portable cooling system that could be added to existing trucks, turning them into refrigerated vehicles. This allowed perishable goods to be transported over long distances, keeping them fresh. Jones's invention had a profound impact on industries such as food, pharmaceuticals, and healthcare, making global trade of perishable goods possible and more efficient. Number 9. Tissue holder. Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner, alongside her sister, was dedicated to improving everyday tasks, even those as simple as using the bathroom. In the 1970s, the two women invented a toilet tissue holder for which they share a patent. Their invention aimed to solve the common problem of struggling to find the free end of a toilet paper roll, especially when it was pressed tightly against the rest of the roll. By keeping the paper easily accessible, this invention made it much more convenient to grab a sheet whenever needed. Number 10. Peanut butter. When people think of famous African American inventors, one of the first names that often comes up is George Washington Carver. Carver is best known for discovering over 300 different ways to use peanuts, including making products like cooking oil, axle grease, and printer's ink. He was the first African American student to be admitted to Iowa State, where he quickly became a leader, excelling in botany and horticulture. After completing his education, Carver was encouraged by Booker T. Washington to become the director of agriculture at the newly founded Tuskegee Institute. Though the position didn't pay well, Carver accepted it and made the most of it. It was during his time there that he developed the method of crop rotation, which improved farming yields. As a result, there was an abundance of peanuts, prompting Carver to find new uses for them. Thanks to his innovations, Carver is credited with inventing peanut butter, something that many people enjoy today. It's so important that we take the time to truly appreciate and acknowledge the incredible contributions of Black inventors, entrepreneurs, and visionaries throughout history. With hard work and creativity, Black innovators have played a pivotal role in making life easier, safer, and more enjoyable for all of us. This is just the first in a series celebrating Black inventors and their incredible contributions. Stay tuned for more and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one.